Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Tennis Manager 25. And we're in such a good period right now. Hannah climbing back again towards that top 100. Moyes closing in on a top 20 spot. Margot recovering from her injury. She should be good in a week. And then she gets to hit the ground running again, trying to get herself all the way up to the top 50 in the girls' game, and we'll reevaluate after that. And Jack Palfrey, number one in the boys, and of course, he has now cracked the top 1,000 and can qualify for a lot more tournaments on the men's side of the game. Everybody also has completed their work on their game plans. Everyone now has 3 viable game plans, each of which is well suited to their skill sets. The boys have hit their satisfaction or their goals. Margot's on the way, but a long way off top 10. We're going to get to top 50 and then kind of reevaluate what tournament she's in. I think she should be okay, though. And Hannah just, yeah, we need to get her to the top 50, but we need crack top 100 and then reevaluate from there. We'll kind of see where we get. But we've got some tournaments coming up. We've got the French Open coming up. That's going to be interesting there. And yeah, I'm kind of expecting a couple of victories from Moyes in that one. Maybe not a ton, maybe not as many as in Australia where he somehow got to the final, but definitely a good performance there. So yeah, he's doing everything he needs to do. And I'm very excited for that. We are still working on our museum, and the management structure is getting an overhaul. We do have enough money. I'm actually going to pull the trigger here and get the campus up and running. So this is going to help our progression for our juniors, because we do have an elite youngster, and probably more over the next few years are going to come through the youth academy. So we need to get those up and running too. And then the other thing I really wanted to kind of get an idea of, but not really pull the trigger on yet, are these trainers. Kind of want to see just where we're at. So someone with good stats across the boards here. So 14-14 isn't the worst in the world. So yeah, 16s are probably going to be 4 stars. So if we can get there, that'll be good. If we can't, we can't. But I'm looking both on these stats and these two. So 13, 16. Yeah, there's not a lot yet. We're up to what? Solid trainers 5s. That's not too bad. What can we get that's slightly impressive? 17, 14. 17, 14 and 15, 16 could be okay. Those could be okay. 5 seasons. $20K for you, $3K a month. You don't want to come. Okay, that's fine. You don't want to come. That's pretty bad. Okay. You don't want to come. I will. She's old, which means she might retire. You don't want to come either. 1814, I'm happy enough to do. So we're quite good there. 1617. Okay. So technically I might have enough of those. I think we're going to be a touch short in the current balance, but by the time they actually get hired, we should have a little bit more money in to cover it. And then the real issue becomes getting people good enough here, of which Hugo Nice is probably going to be good enough. And Lupescu is going to be good enough. So that's the kind of level I'm going to be looking at. They don't really need spin or long rallies. So they need these four and this one to be really high. It's either Marchand and Prech would be okay. They've got extra spin. They don't need it. Roger. So there's a lot of people around the, level 6, level 7 that we can hire. That's good. Yeah, so we can get 2 more in. Okay, that's good enough for me there. Let's move on then to this next week and take a look at things. Agreements and failures, everything good. Palfrey, boys 300, no thank you. Hannah in the Tokyo Open, Kwame going in another 1,000 there. Let's take a look at Jack. Yeah. Yeah, you might not allow me to go in for the Paris qualifier. We are kind of pretty bad outsiders. I get that. I kind of want to do it, but that does mean we're giving up a week if it doesn't work out. I do get that. I do understand that. And I think if I come down here for week 24 and we just do Paris. So you're booked. Yeah, you're booked in week 18, week 20, week 22. And you might not be able to qualify for the Paris Junior Open. What do I do? I think I just leave it and hope. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know. Okay. men's circuits, Moyes on the first screen, up to 20th in the world. That is huge. Absolutely huge. So yeah, there's a chance that Margot does not qualify, which would be an absolute shame. There's a chance that Jack could enter the qualifiers for the men's tournament, but unlikely. So we'll take the juniors with him. We hope Margot will get her spot in the junior as well. And then we just full send Hannah and Moyes at the men's and women's tournaments and hope that Hannah can at least win one match, maybe two, because that would really catapult her up the rankings. That would really catapult her up. Moyes getting to the final did a lot more than that. They put him towards that top 20. And he does get knocked out here. Little injury, gotta be a bit careful. Gotta be a bit careful. Still working on underspin mainly. Yeah. So, little slice control. There and there. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. He can relax a little bit along the way. We're not doing too bad. She probably needs a touch more care and rest. And then a little tactical lesson. Let's really get her tactics up while we've got the chance. And you're okay, but you can do with a little bit more in terms of recovery. So we'll get you some care and rest here. Should be an easy match. 6-2, 6-1 for Hannah. Jack gets through his 16. Quarterfinal. 6-1, 7-6. Jack gets through his quarterfinal. 6-love, 6-2. And Jack gets through his semi-final as well. So we've got two finals to look forward to. Plus the full recovery of Margot. And then just this little discomfort. Yeah, close with rest and physio. Which I think is just basically care and rest, right? Because that's all I can do. Jack against number 1 seed, 635th in the world. Okay, we've beaten number 2 seed, 862. We've beaten a 921, a 952, and the number 3 seed, who's a 911. 635's a jump up. Yu Min Lin. Okay. Think we can win and should win? Maybe? M6, M6, a tight one, but Jack wins again. I love that. That was a 50, not a 25. But we just doubled up our points. So Jack will be there, just basically in the mix. So 30 points will take him to, at the lowest, 647. Is that enough to qualify for the men's tournament? Maybe. Oh, Nadia's beaten us twice. Of course she has. Okay, she's on her favorite surface. We are better. And we're going to tie it up 7-5, and then Hannah decides, let's put this away. 6 love. And just when we need to sign the contract, so that 80 goes up to 100, which means, yes, we can sign the contracts. Beautiful. Jack's forehand goes up. That's great. Yeah, Margot's tactical skills, we were working on that. A little bit of progress on his underspin as well. Another 75 points for Hannah, 15 for Jack. That's absolutely fine. One thing I need to check really is how many staff. Yeah, we can have the extra 2 staff members I'm looking for. And we'd still have one more available, one more spot. So that's absolutely fine. We've got enough room for everybody. Yeah, I don't feel like looking for them. No, we'll wait till we have like 100 grand or so in the bank or more. And then we look again. So that'll be a next month kind of thing. Jack. You're so tired, Jack. Like, everybody's going into a tournament. And everybody's, like, absolutely wrecked. That's a rookie 25. That's going to help you out. And a 125 for Hannah. That's going to help you out probably. Yeah, we're inside the top 100 now for Hannah. Which means she's very close to guaranteeing registration for a Grand Slam again. We still have to qualify with her. There's a chance we don't make it in at 95. But that's good. Moyes moves up again, so he's 19th in the world. Margot drops down a little bit, and Jack catapults up with another win. And like I say, moving up to the 25s for him is going to be big. And moving up Margot from 60s to like 200s, that's going to be big for her. Hannah up to 125s, going to be big for her as well. I'm okay with that. Jack, I should be able to get into. Nope, not yet. Kwame down to 23%. That's fine. That's fine. Don't love that, but that's fine. And there we go. The only one I can help is going to be Moyes, and he's the only one that doesn't really need that much help. Let's get Hannah's match out the way. 6-3, 6 love. Gonna save. Yeah, I'm trying to give people rest, but like, your schedules aren't allowing me to. Luckily, Moyes doesn't really need it. But you two could definitely use as much as you can get. That's going to be great. Got our new coaches in, or our new trainers in, I should say. And Kwame ends in around the 64. What's that money like? Oh, not money. Points. That's only 10 points. Not the best. We did just lose to Arthur. Okay. Compatriot. Yeah, everyone else should be kind of okay now. Everyone else should be okay. I'm going to put you on medium, get you training a little bit. And then let's see what we've got here. Oh, yeah, nobody's good at that. So Toriyama and Maya are both 4-star. That's what I like to see. And then here we've got the Glacier. Oh, there's a Glacier. Okay, I was trying to find the Glaciers because I was kind of, yeah. So this is Louis and Alternate, right? They've not been added anywhere, so they should be absolutely fine. So now we're doubled up on the tactical, mental, and physical trainings. Which means then, like I say, when we get more money, I'll hire 2 technical staff. We will get them on board. They will join in and be good for us moving forward there. I mean, right now we could just do that and help out 2 of our people, but I don't feel that's kind of neat. Oh, why is Kalinin doing 3? Did I just take the wrong person off? Okay, well, I can do it for our front 2 if I needed to. So it looks like they are the slightly better of the 2, so we'll switch them around, I guess. But yeah, we'll get those 2 in, and then we'll be, you know, helping out our training as much as possible. I think that's fine. Moyes having a little break isn't a bad idea. He's already hit all his goals and doesn't really need to do too much now for the end of the season. Hannah should be good. Is good. Margot up and running, winning as well. Hannah 6 love, 6-2. Quarterfinals all round. Into the semi-final rounds. Hannah 6 love, 6-2. Jack 6-1, 6-2, and then what was that? 6-2, 6-3, I think, for Margot. So Hannah up against number 6 seed should win. We should be playing higher than 75s. We've been working our way up to it. 6-3, 7-6. Should be enough to knock on the door of that top 100. Jack against number 6 seed, who's ranked 50th. Should be easy. 6-1, 6-2. Jack gets himself a nice few points there. And then just a little gold 100, but a nice one to come off recovery and just go straight into playing. Number 7 seed. We still have a little injury. And it is going to cost us 2-6, 6-4, 6-7 in the end. Real shame. I was really, really hoping. But yeah, doesn't really get there. Oh, backhand control. They've been edging up for a while, but they've never popped. They now pop. Serve spin also goes up. Hannah, yeah, little's the right word. Barely improves. She is kind of tired. She's really kind of tired. Yeah, that's fine. Uh, Back-to-back tournaments. Like at some point, this is going to come back and bite us, right? Okay. I think everybody's as good as they're going to be for this. But we are just back and forth, back and forth. Moyes stays in the top 20, which is good. Hannah rising up to 84. That might be her career high. It is. And in the girls' side of things, Margot is 83. And Jack falls a single place to 647, but that's pretty good for him. We've got some different bits. Sure, we've probably already rejected that one, so that's fine. Next match today. Oh, Hannah, 23. Down to 19. We're supposed to keep it above 15. And I really do want to keep it above 15. And so these renegotiations can be sometimes slightly tricky for me. Number 7 seed, which is good. That means we're in the right bracket, really. Now, we should still win because we're still quite a low ranking compared to our ability, I feel. Being like 84th in the world or whatever we at. So, 6162. Not bad at all. I couldn't quite click enough. Round to 64. That's fine. You can go on a heavy workload. We really need to get your form up. So, heavy workload, I think, works for you. An extra care will just get you a little bit fitter. Yeah, let's do both. Let's do both. Maxime, I've put her down from a medium to a light physical fitness because it's going to be pretty intense for her. And then we do need a couple of cares for Jack. Make sure he's okay. But yeah, round of 64 for Kwame in a 500. It's not the best. When he's on, he's really on, and he can do some magical things. When he's not quite there, he's definitely not there. And I think we see that from time to time. Same with Hannah. She can do some big stuff, and another 6-1, 6-2 over a seeded opponent. But when it's not going her way, it really doesn't go away. Number 1 seed, 57th in the world. And 6-3, 6-3, lose the middle set 7-6, but that's absolutely fine. And that's what I mean, a top 50 player in the world. And we just fairly easily overcome them. That's kind of what I want to see. Revenge over Elena, 6-4, 6-4. Puts her into the final. Jack has got his own final. And from not being allowed to play on the men's tour to getting into Rookie 25 finals in like a month. That's kind of what I was expecting him to get wild cards and everything. He never did for some reason. But once we qualified for one, even before we earned a point, we were able to, just to register for others and then move up to the 25. So very happy. 6-4, 6-1. That should see him move up again really, really nicely. 95th versus 99th in the world. 6-4, 6-1. Nice and easy for Hannah. A good victory there for Hannah. Big ranking points. Massive. So 25 for Poffley and 125 for Hannah. A little bit of footwork gets Kwame up to a 14. Everyone else is okay. Big for Margot. She jumps up a ton. Wildcard. Brano Pro 50. I don't think that's going to be a good idea, but yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. Pro 125, good there. 200 for Arnaud. Rookie 25 again for Poffley. Management structure has been upgraded. Love that. So yeah, 1.2 million there. Um, that's the last progression bonus we can do. That's the last progression bonus we can do. Right now we're on 10% or so. This is 2, 4, 6, 9. This will take it up to a 12%. This would push it to the maximum of 15. But yeah, that's kind of it, really. You know, that's kind of it. The rest will be kind of cool. This is money. This is evaluations, which we don't really need. This is all just money. This is recovery time, which we've already seen is very quick right now. And this is just extra staff, apart from these 4. So I think once I get this in, that's going to have to wait until next season. Because I'll do the Sports HQ, we can get 2 youngsters on board, we can get the coaches and everybody up and running. That will all be fine. And then, yeah, everything then is quite expensive. Between $1 million and 1.2, the cheaper one being the grass courts. That's pretty much 4 million and change. 5.2 million and change. But then we are in a pretty good spot. I can't lie, at that point we would be in a pretty good spot. So let's start moving around, seeing who's really good that we can hire. I think we are getting to this spot, don't we? We are getting to this spot. Okay. Don't mind Matthew Brown. Don't mind him at all. Shiloh's okay. Barbier's okay. I think we're going to look at Matthew Brown. 5 seasons. Shouldn't be super expensive. 14 grand there. And then let's try and get someone really quite good. Like Stamaki for 5 seasons. I think Marchand would be better than them both. Not going to cost a fortune. But he would be better than them both. And Perech, I like a lot. Isn't going to cost the world either. So yeah, so Edith Perech and Corentin Marchand definitely would be my first choice. Guarim we've had before. We've had him before, but yeah, Matthew Brown, definitely okay. We've got room for another physio. I do remember that. A 7 of 9. Great physio. Just great great, great physio. And someone like a Caruso would be really nice as well. Let me just shift other people down. Benedetti as a level 6 would be pretty good as well. Okay. I'm good with that. So when we do our upgrades and open up the other coach spots and the physio spot, we can take a look at things. Margot going into more training. Very, very tired. Let's just set a lot of care in there. I think that's fine. Jack, the same, but needs a little more care. We'll add in a little bit more for him. Kwame's going into a tournament. He's almost full. Turn this to rest. Turn that into rest. His form's going to be terrible, but his morale will be okay. Or do we go for form? Do we try and get a little bit of form in here? How do I do it apart from just tactical, tactical, tactical? Self-tactical? Sure. That'll start his form creeping up a little bit, and you can't do anything because you're right into the tournament. You do need a little time. 19th in the world, 67th in the world, 403rd in the world for Jack. And Margot just needs a big push in the girls, but that'll be fine. So, okay. First match. Another win over our opponent. Yeah, you should be fine. You should be fine. You need a little bit more help. You need as much help as you can get. So let's just double up on the tactical lessons and the positive self-talk. Get some team building going. And yeah, try and get you going where you need to go. Yeah. His morale will go up if he wins a couple of matches. So there is that. His form will probably go up if he wins matches too. So I'm trying to manage a lot more of their physicality than anything. So 6-2, 6-4 for Hannah. Moyes does get knocked out. Okay. I'm not going to mess with his training. We'll just leave him. Number 5 seed. 6-1-7-5. Going to put us in the semi-final. We play the number 7 seed. 6-4, 6-1. And that pushes Hannah into another final where could win another 100 points. Revenge over Zidane. Zidane Shaw. 7-5, 4-6, 7-6. Not the easiest of games, but we do gain the revenge. You do get 100 points, and that will throw us even higher up again. So there's the physio. There's Perech. There's Marchand. We'll cancel Stamaki and Brown. That's absolutely fine. A little bit of training for Jack. Our Nord's anticipation goes up, which is good. Her footwork is also something that needs to get to double digits. A little bit for Kwame there. Hannah's serve power. Again, I think that's twice in a row. It hasn't even gone up, but it's been on the list. That's crazy. She is in tournaments, but I'm guessing there's like fractions of improvement happening to a very limited set of skills. And that's kind of what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing. So, Hamburg 500 for Kwame. Wildcard for Milan. No, thank you. Hannah gets a wildcard for a 500 in week 21. If I'm correct, 21 21's the week before the Grand Slam. So I've got to say no to this. Got to say no to this. Because otherwise we're just completely going to get ruined. Okay. Kwame's struggling with form. Hannah badly needs some rest and isn't getting much at all. You could do with a little bit. Jack looks like he won his match. 125. 6-7, but then 6-2-6 love. Okay. And yeah, everything's good right now. Again, we're pretty much not making a ton of money. We're not on course to do that. Oba is great. Tajima is great. Boucher, Chambers, Leroy will not have someone right now, but by the end of the season they will. I'll keep him on just because I think he will be good. A 16 and a 16, yeah. So if we get someone at 17 or higher, that will be absolutely fine. We've got 19, 20. We've got a 17, 16, 16. So a 17 or an 18 would be really good. And then everyone's kind of set up, right? So Kalinin Vis, so Perech, Marchand, and Beautiful. And then I'm probably going to put the same staff members that Hannah and Kwame have, as Kalinin, Iglesias, and Luis on Jack. So at the end of the season, when we hire 1 to 2 young players, they'll be on the same band as Arnold. And we just keep basically giving the best staff that we can to our best people. So Kwame will get the best because he's the highest ranked. Hannah would be number 2, Jack 3, and Margot 4. Probably Kalechnin, or whatever her name is, from our youth academy will be 5, and then whoever else we bring in would be either 5 or 6. Kitchenok. Kitchen Knock, who doesn't look bad at all. Nope, we had a picture then. She looked bald. She isn't bald, it's just the way the background's kind of cut out. But okay, she looks okay. She looks okay. She's wearing shoes that are getting rid of her speed and her agility, and her rackets hurting her timing. Okay. Interesting. That's fine. Ambitious, relaxed, composed. Sets high goals. Has better composure going into matches. And is less likely to be something else in matches. Emotional, maybe? Maybe? Standard maturity, which means she won't be great early, but she will develop as she gets older. Elite potential is really good. Maybe she doesn't make it long term with us, but I think the first elite player in our academy does deserve to at least get signed by our academy. A statement of intent for the future. Margot's out. We're just going to leave her train normally for the rest of the week then. Renata is seeded. We are not. She has beaten us before as well, but we should beat her. 6-love, 6-1. We've come a long way since our last meeting, so it's now only ourselves and Jack in this one. Lulu Sun, 6-2, 6-7, 6-1. Solid win in the quarter. The museum is now complete. That's going to be a little bit of extra money for us. That's fine. Can I get just a touch more care for Jack and Hannah? Hannah. Just so they go into the semi-final as fit as possible. 6-4, 6-2. That's really good. That's another final. Jack gets a semi-final in this 25. Not amazing. But still pretty good. That's 8 more points. There's a chance that pushes us inside the top 400. Surprise qualification of the final. I'm not sure it's that much of a surprise as a 125. Just because she hasn't done it before doesn't mean she isn't good enough or shouldn't have already done it. So. She's pleased, but she knows the final's around the corner. Because she surprised us again. Yeah, she's not nervous. Her opponent should be. I don't like the first part of the answer, but still. She's reaching another level. If you know the work she puts in every day, you'd have a better understanding of her results. What role have I played? I'm only trying to guide her. She gave her all at practice. So, a little 125. Nice little warm-up, because in a couple of weeks we've got the qualifiers for the Paris Open, which we shouldn't need to play. We should be in the final sort of tournament on merit at this stage, 67th in the world. All British final here, Katie Bolter. We've never played. 4-5. Well, that was a really weird match. And very anticlimactic. Sprained right Achilles tendon. Damn, Katie. Damn. So you haven't won 100. This is your first time to the final of a 125. You got to a semi-final of a 250. But this was your shot, right? You've been 36 in the world. And in fact, you peaked at 18. It's not like you've done badly at all. But this might have been your first real chance to win a national tournament. Oh, no, you have won a 500 before. Okay. You've won 250s before as well. What's 160s and 70s? 160s don't actually exist, but okay. And I'm looking here, your best results in Grand Slams would have been in a couple of years ago, round of 32 twice, a 64 and a 128 at Wimbledon. Okay. Yeah, you were winning the match just about. I think it would have been a fairly even match, but Hannah wins it by default. Kwame doesn't really train well. Margot does. Top spin goes up anticipation. That's a big climb. Focus is okay. So Hannah should be ready for the Paris Open. Kwame has got the Paris Open too. Rookie 25 and 200. Right. I want to see the draw. We're in the qualifiers, right? No? We're in the main draw, so we don't have to qualify. I set up to join the qualifiers, but we've gained so many ranks since then that we're actually the 57th seed. Or are we ranked 57 in the world? Yeah, we're ranked 57 in the world. Okay, so what is that? The top 30? That feels like the top 30. And there's one person missing from it, which is number 43. So we're the 56th seed. And there aren't that many seeds. But basically, I just kind of want to figure out roughly where we are. So 56 of 60. Now, there's going to be 128, isn't there? So, yeah, we're under halfway. So we're right in the middle of the brackets. And we're right in behind Emi Raducanu. That's fun. That's fun. And we're the top two British women. We're the only two qualified British women. Okay. What do we got up here then? Burridge at 220. Banks 198. Dart 189. Stosavlich at 181. Ming Zhu at 166. Nielsen, Gatby, and McDonald in the 140s. Okay, I mean, That's not bad. That's not bad. A couple of 160s getting wild cards. Yeah, okay. I'm I'm okay with that. We don't need to register or qualify. Sweet. I mean, Hannah's going to go again. We're going to have to kind of manage her fitness as best we can. Jack should be okay. We're just going to add in an extra rest up front. And one towards the end, I think, there. Maxime is fine, but I just want to make sure so she can have an extra care right at the end. You're not super tired, but I want to get you yeah, what do I want to do with you? What do I want to do with you? Might just be form above everything. It might be form above everything, you know. Huh. That might have to be it. And I need to give her some rest, but cool. That's where things sit at the moment. Margot still trying to get towards that sort of top 50 of the girls' game. Jack Palfrey is the boys' number one, but he is looking to continue to rise on the men's circuit. Currently 382 in the world. Phenomenal rise from him. Hannah, 57th, looking to push on. And she is so close to that top 50 spot already. She will qualify because she is in this next Grand Slam. And then we just need to get into a 250 tournament. She'll be mandatory in the thousands, but getting a quarterfinal, we can book a little 250 or 3 or 4 of those towards the end of the season. We can get to a quarterfinal. We will hit all her goals. So she's not far away. Kwame is everywhere you need to be. 19th in the world, the second ranked French player. We don't know what Hannah is for women's player, but very likely to be number 2, unless that 43rd player in the world is British, which outside chance. Arnaud is the second ranked French girl. She wanted to be in the top 30. She wants to be top 10 in the girls' ranking, and that's a long way to go. But as we keep being able to win tournaments and move up the rankings of tournaments, I do feel we've got a little shot towards that, if not exactly that, by the end of the year. The finals, again, possibly Grand Slam will be, in this next one, and hopefully she does qualify for it, because I think she'll play quite well. And Jack has just absolutely smashed. He's almost a top 10 British player already. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So he's done everything I've asked of him. Moy's done everything I've asked of him. The girls are a work in progress where varying levels of issues on all three: morale, form, and fitness. But I do think things are shaping up nicely. We got a little bit of money, not much. We do have some staff in. That's good. We're going to have more staff in. We've hit all our objectives so far. But yeah, I think we save up. We get maybe something like the sports study next season. And maybe a restaurant. Restaurant will earn money. So maybe we save up for the restaurant. But then management structure to finish that off. Sports HQ for new players. And then the courts is how I feel we should get forward. But yeah, we're moving definitely in the right direction. No big titles, no Masters, no finals, no Grand Slams yet. We do have a Grand Slam final from Kwame. That's our biggest sort of achievement so far. And those small titles, 61 and counting right now. So I'm very kind of excited to see where we move forward with that. But that is where we're going to leave it for now. On the verge of the Paris Open, a couple of weeks away. We should be able to get to that in the next episode. Should be very exciting given what Kwame's done and the fact that Hannah is in good form already as well. So we'll see how we get on. I hope to see you there, though. Thank you very much for the support on this and all my other series. As always, please do check out the playlist and the membership available on the channel if you're able to. Please like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm. You know the deal. I really, really hope that you consider doing that. Just takes a couple of seconds, totally free, and is a massive help to the channel and lets me make more and more content. So, with all that being said, I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for stopping by. Take care, stay safe, and all the best to you. Until we see you again.